Welcome to Thriving Tribesmen. My name is Kuri, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. I'm making this episode because I was having a conversation with my daughter yesterday, and it was regarding her. She does athletics, and she's been doing it for her county, and potentially next year, if she continues with the progress, she'll be representing the county. Well, at least the 4 counties that were around, and then potentially go on and represent England. And we're talking about this and what that might look like. And it's similar to what we have as human beings, because we never stop having dreams, we never stop having goals. So this is the goal that she has set for herself, that she wants to eventually go to the Olympics. And it's such a good goal to have. Now, I've always tried to get her to focus on the journey, and we just re-establishing that yesterday. And I said, she was talking about how somebody else was faster than her, and this other person is faster than her, and so on. And you could see that she was getting to this point where she was feeling a little bit discouraged. And I thought to myself, this is exactly how we think, and you have to have at least something that stops you from going that downward spiral. And it's almost like this snowball effect, that at the top of the mountain is this small tiny little piece of flake of snow, but then over as it rolls down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger, and it's got this effect, and it can affect you if you take that negative mindset. And I was talking to her about it, and I thought to myself, I asked her the question, what makes a loser? And I've told her many times, so I want to just re-establish in her mind that she can say it back to me, and she can realize what she's actually saying is not true. I said, what makes a loser? And today I'm asking you that same question. What do you think makes a loser? And I know some of you guys might think the fact that you're in a sexless relationship, the fact that maybe that you haven't got the raise that you wanted, you haven't got the money that you wanted, you haven't bought the house, you haven't bought the car, everything outside looks like, or you perceive it as being a loser. And I would want to beg to differ, because my daughter returned and said to me, a loser is somebody who quits. And that's what I've instilled in her since from the age of 3, that somebody who quits, that's the loser. It's not the person that comes last. The person that I remember once when oh God, this story. I was always sporty. I've always run athletics, and they were short of people in cross country. Now, I've never ran cross country. I was never a long distance runner. And I remember we went for this race. I was quite young. We went off the blocks. I went off the blocks quite heavy. And I think it was a 10-mile run, I think, or 15-mile run. So you had to have moderately good pace for a long period of time. I couldn't hold that pace. So I held that pace for what was 50% of the race. And then I started fading away. So I was fading away. I just continued fading, and everybody was going past me. And as the last guy went past me, I realized that was the last guy, and I was now the last guy. And the last guy just kept on fading in the distance. And by the time I got to the last mile, they must have been finished. And everybody was still waiting for me at this finish line. And I remember getting to this race, or at least where I was supposed to finish, and then everybody realized I was the last guy. And then everybody started into cheer, and yeah, and everybody was screaming loud, and I was running. And as I finished, I was in so much pain and so much struggle. At the same time, I was feeling a little bit embarrassed because I was last. But everyone was cheering. Everybody was, and the cheer wasn't because I came last, but the cheer was the fact that I didn't give up, and everybody could relate to it. That despite the fact that I'm last, despite that it was a very difficult race for me, I didn't give up. And this is what is one of the most important things in life, that you have to run your own race. And if you compare yourself to everybody else, your race will look shit. Your life will look shit. But if you run your own race and compare yourself to yourself yesterday, and this is my daughter will tell you this. I said, who do you compete against? She knows that she competes against herself yesterday. She just has to be better than the person that she was yesterday. And this is the most important part about this. And this is one of the things that makes a difference in a sexless relationship, because when you start running your own race and start being authentic to yourself, this is how you start looking at where your weaknesses are, and you can start working on them so it can become strengths. So it's very, very important that you never give up, because when you give up, that's when you become a loser. But as long as you're in the race and you continue working hard on yourself and getting better, then you are a winner, because you're only battling yourself, no one else. Don't compare yourself to anyone. You're only battling yourself. So if you want to learn more of this, go to Thriving Tribesman on Instagram, and we'll be able to help you, just to empower you. We've got a program that we're going to be doing. It's called The Path to Power. So we'll be showing you step by step on things that you need to change in your life in order to get a better version of yourself. So thank you very much for listening. I'll be speaking to you guys soon. Take care.